What supplements do I take on a carnivore diet, and what supplements have I been able to kick to the curb, and how did I do that? Stay tuned to this video to find out. Welcome back, my friends. My name is Sarah. I am known as Carnivore Yogi. Thank you so much for being here and clicking on today's video. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the supplements that I do take on a carnivore diet, and then I'm going to talk to you about a lot of the supplements that I no longer take and how I've been able to make lifestyle changes so that I no longer need those supplements. I think a lot of us, when we get into alternative health, we start buying into supplements, and I have quite the supplement graveyard in my kitchen. So if you have a supplement graveyard in your kitchen, comment below supplement graveyard. I'm just curious to see how many of you guys watching have the same experience that I do. But here's the thing. Supplements I think can be extremely helpful, and a lot of us have done a lot of damage to our bodies over the years. The other thing is that our soil is extremely depleted, so getting the proper nutrients and minerals from food can be difficult for many of us. I'm also going to talk about digestion and how, again, a lot of us may not be extracting those nutrients from our food and leaving us with deficiencies. So let's just jump right in. What supplements am I taking now that I just don't ever plan on giving up? Well, those are going to be my gut health supplements. And when I did my full gene analysis with Dr. Anthony J, I will link the interview that I did with Dr. J below this video, as well as his website if you're curious about getting your own gene analysis done. It's actually the one I recommend because it's very affordable, and he spends a long time with you, 90 minutes, really giving you a lot of information about your unique genetic profile. And he's not paying me to tell you guys this. It's just a little tip. If you're interested in finding out your genetic makeup, it's a great, great option. So what I found out about myself, and I have mentioned this in other YouTube videos, is that I have 8 leaky gut genes, which he said this is not very common for people to have this many leaky gut genes. But I do, and when he told me that, my whole life really made sense. I've always had an issue with gas, bloating, severe eczema, depression, and anxiety from having low serotonin, and I've just had a hell of a time with my gut. That's why a carnivore diet has been life-saving and life-changing for me, because I eliminate foods that contain a lot of glyphosate, which is a gut destroyer or a gut killer. I eliminate a lot of foods that have anti-nutrients, and my body just functions better, and I'm fine with it. So the supplements, again, that I use for my gut that I'm not really willing to give up are going to be HCl, and I will link the one that I use below this video, as well as a video I did with the owner just recently talking about why HCl is important. If you don't have proper stomach acid, you cannot extract the nutrients from your food. You are going to end up malnourished, and you may have issues with satiation, which is something that I experienced on a carnivore diet. I just would keep eating and never really felt that satisfied, even with tons of protein. And protein is an amazing, satisfying macronutrient. But if you're not getting the nutrients that you need from that meat, you're going to end up overeating, even if it's just slightly, and then you're going to have a difficult time managing your weight. And I definitely had that issue. So I do use HCl if I'm going to have a big protein meal. So anything over 20-30 grams at that meal, I will have the HCl before. Now, I've experimented with coming off of it for a couple months at a time. I think you should do a pill stop every 90 days to 6 months with anything that you take, just to see if you feel a difference. And I did notice a difference without the HCl. I just didn't feel like my digestive system was working as efficiently. The same thing goes for the digestive enzymes. Again, these are the same company as the HCl Guard. I really like this company because if you get the products and they do not work for you, then you can actually send them back and get a full refund. I don't know any other supplement company that will do that for you. So I'll link these below. But after we get over the age of 35, our digestive enzyme function, as well as our stomach acid production, goes down. And if you're anything like me, I have had a history of a lifetime of antibiotics. I was on SSRIs from the age of 14 until my mid 30s. I've taken Advil, Tylenol, just really kind of abused those things up until I knew better, again in my mid 30s. So, and having those 8 leaky gut genes, it's just one of those things that I'm okay with taking some digestive support so that I don't need to take a ton of other things. Because if we have good digestive support, we don't need a ton of other supplements because we're actually extracting the nutrients and the minerals from our food better. The third thing I take is Tributyrin X, which is a butyrate supplement. I take these after my meals. So I take the HCl guard before, I take the enzymes midway through, and I take the butyrate afterwards. This is also Healthy Gut, and if you get their products, you can join their Facebook group and they will give you a guide on how to dose these things because you may want to go a little slower depending on your digestive system. So I do take the butyrate supplement because I don't eat a lot of fiber, and I do believe that having good short chain fatty acid production is really helpful for your gut health. So this is really, really powerful for that. I also take a probiotic from Ombre Labs. Every 90 days, I do their gut health test, and they send me a customized probiotic based on that gut health sample. So I love having a customized probiotic because if you just get a regular probiotic from anywhere, it may not give you what you need. You may not be able to heal your gut. You could actually have a bad reaction if you put bacteria in your gut that you don't need, that you already have too much of. So that's why I love the Ombre Labs probiotic and still use that one. So those are my gut health supplements. Those are my ride or die. I will not do without those. Let's talk a little bit about the supplements that I no longer take. And then I'm going to talk to you about the supplements that I take that are an upgrade. I just consider them a nice upgrade that make my system feel really good. So when I started working with Dr. Courtney Hunt about a year ago, she also had me start working on my circadian rhythms. Now, I'm going to post in the information section a study that was just done, a paper actually, that shows the link between circadian biology, having your circadian rhythms in a good spot so that you wake up at the same time every day, go to sleep at the same time every day, see the sun, natural light, have meal timing down pat, and you're not eating after sunset, the correlation between those things and aging. And I actually just did a quantum health masterclass where I explain how I do all of these routines. So if you want to purchase a copy of that masterclass, I will also put a link in the information section below for you guys. If you just want an overview of how to set up and structure your day for optimal circadian rhythm. Okay, so that is one thing I optimized starting about a year ago when I started working with Dr. Hunt. She also had me start taking a lot of supplements. So I'll show you some of the ones. This is Cell Detox because apparently I have poor detoxification pathways, which I already knew. The other one that I also was taking was DCI protocol, and I'll put a link in the information section below for you guys for these supplements with my discount code. But this is inositol, so it's really helpful for blood sugar regulation. Before I really started regulating my circadian rhythms, I had poor blood sugar control even while being on carnivore. So these things did help me quite a bit between the Cell Detox and the DCI protocol. I also was taking some berberine in the afternoon, evenings, again, because I just was having such a hard time with my blood sugar. I also was taking PEA complex, which is another one of hers, and this is to help with inflammation. I've also struggled with histamine intolerance, so this is another one she recommends for histamine intolerance. Let's see what else. This is a methylation topical. It's again if you have an issue with your methylation. And I was also taking, on her recommendation, a liposomal glutathione in the evenings, as well as a DHEA supplement. And I took her brand of a prenatal supplement as well because she recommends that all females take a prenatal supplement. So I was taking all of those, and now I am not taking any of those anymore. And the way that I did this was a couple things. Number one, optimizing those circadian rhythms. If you want to see how I've done that, you can take my Quantum Health Masterclass. It's very inexpensive and it's linked below. and it really goes over step by step. Essentially, I had to fix my relationship with light. I wear blue blockers at appropriate times, so yellow if I'm on my screens, red if it's after or before sunset. And that's also explained how I wear the blue blockers in my Quantum Health Masterclass. I also have been doing red light therapy. I use the EMR Tech device, which I'll link down below for you guys. I do red light therapy pretty much on a daily basis. Absolutely love it. And I put that on my gut as well because it supposedly helps to heal your gut. I also do grounding. I walk around in my backyard barefoot. And I started cold therapy in October of last year of 2021. We're now midway through January. So I've been doing cold therapy on a very consistent basis. That's cold plunging. And I talk about that in my Quantum Health webinar as well. But from the neck down, basically getting into really cold water for, 3 to 5 minutes at a time, very regularly. What that has done is help to boost my testosterone and my DHEA production. Red light therapy helps that, and cold therapy helps that. And so I no longer need DHEA, which was another supplement I was taking, because I have boosted my own production endogenously through the cold therapy. The other thing that I did that allowed me to wipe out and get rid of most of these supplements was I did do 3 months of deuterium depleted water. A lot of you guys have asked me if I would please give you an update on my deuterium depleted water experiment. And I haven't really talked about it a lot just because some of my quantum health coaches have told me don't tell people to do deuterium depleted water. They've had mixed experiences with their clients. Some clients do awesome, some clients not so much. I actually did awesome with deuterium depleted water. About week 3, my energy went through the roof. My metabolism started going. I had to stop counting calories. I could not track my calories because I just was able to eat so much and I wasn't gaining weight. I actually was like losing weight. And so that was a big kick for me between the deuterium depleted water and the cold therapy. That's when I was able to wipe out all those supplements and keep the benefits that they were giving me. My blood sugar regulation has never been better. My sleep has never been better. All of these things just function really, really well for me. I spend a lot of time outdoors. I do grounding. And again, all the stuff that I do is in my Quantum Health webinar. But I do think that deuterium depleted water did help quite a bit. Now, you have to make it a lifestyle thing. You can't just, like I said, you can't just take a supplement. You can't just drink deuterium depleted water. You have to have all these things in place. You also need to have a nutrient-dense diet. That's why I like Carnivore Diet. It gives my body the amino acids and the nutrients that it needs in order to function strongly. One of the supplements I forgot to bring in here is my organ meat supplement. So I do take 3 capsules of either the beef liver supplement or the organ meat complex from Optimal Carnivore. And my discount code over there is Carnivore uppercase Y. You can get those on Amazon. So that's my story of getting rid of supplements. Let me talk about the supplements I take that I consider an upgrade. The biggest one that I consider an upgrade is my Quinton minerals. I'll show you how these are. They come in these little vials. I also buy the big bottles as well. But one little vial, I will put it in about a half a gallon of water. And then I use my red light device. I put my red light device on top of like a glass jar that water is in. I charge it for 20 minutes or so. And I make a couple of those per day. So the water that I drink is Mountain Valley spring water. We get it delivered here to the house in glass. Then I take the Mountain Valley spring water, put a Quinton mineral ampule in there, and put a red light device on top of it and charge it. I did talk about this a little more extensively in my Quantum Health webinar, so if you're interested in that, again, that's below. The other thing that I use as an upgrade is these hydrogen tablets. This is a natural antioxidant. So I used to also take a lot of CoQ10. I no longer take that, and I used to do NAD and all these other things. This is what I take for my antioxidants now, is the hydrogen tablets. And the last thing that I take is going to be my magnesium. I'm not willing to let go of these. I do take a hair tissue mineral analysis so that I know whether or not I need these, and I have never come up short on magnesium. So I do take the upgraded Formulas magnesium. This is a great, great blend. One other little thing I want to mention, I know I said this was the last one, but I will take the upgraded Formulas potassium if I'm going to brought a packet in here. Here it is. So much stuff on my desk. I take the LMNTs, right? But the thing about LMNT is it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium and 200 milligrams of potassium. I'm somebody that does, and this is through trial and error and multiple hair tissue mineral analysis tests, I do better with a 1-to-1 ratio sodium to potassium. So what I end up doing is if I'm going to have an LMNT packet, I will add in an additional 300 milligrams of potassium, and Upgraded Formulas has an awesome potassium. And I'll end up doing that probably once a day. I don't have more than one of these per day because I just salt my food. And I have found for me, again, through multiple hair tissue mineral analysis tests, that this is just about all the electrolytes I need to add between my Quinton minerals, water, all of those things. And that's it. I know it seems like a lot, guys, but really the things I'm taking the most consistently are going to be those gut health supplements, again, because I have those 8 leaky gut genes. And I've been able to wipe out all the other stuff that I was taking through just really improving my redox potential, which is my body's ability to heal and repair on its own, which is so, so important. That has been done through improving those circadian rhythms. That has been done through the cold therapy and also the deuterium depleted water. Now, I'm no longer on the deuterium depleted water. I just did it for 90 days. Some people say you should stay on the deuterium depleted water indefinitely. Now, the people that I have talked to and my coaches and my mentors say 90 days at a time and perhaps only do that once per year. So that's what I'm going to personally stick to. Trust me, I wanted to still stay on that deuterium depleted water because it gave my metabolism such a huge, huge boost. But again, I don't want to just stay on something long term, and it is an investment. It's probably about $300 a month of an investment to be on that water. So, all right, I talked a little bit longer than I had planned on, but I do hope the information in this video was helpful for you. I don't think that people necessarily need to take a ton of supplements on a carnivore diet, but you might want to look into optimizing your digestion if you're still not satiated, or if you're still having skin issues, if you're gassy or bloated. And then as far as all these other supplements go, I think that they can be helpful, but if you're going to take them, you need to be improving your relationship with nature, your circadian rhythms, and all of those other things so that you can eventually just come off of them, right? If you want better blood glucose control, the best thing to do is establish a better relationship with light and nature. Not to take a pill, not to take a supplement. That's just a short-term Band-Aid, and it's not gonna last. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment if you have a question below, or if there's another topic you want me to expand on that I talked about in this video. Check out my Quantum Health webinar masterclass. It's linked in the information section for you guys to download, and I'll talk with you guys in the next video. Bye.